Hi, welcome to the McAfee Juniors. I'm Nathan.
I'm Zach.
I'm Rohan.
Today, we're just going to talk about the previous week of football. So our first question is, first off, the teams that are undefeated, like the Steelers, Chiefs, Vikings, and Seahawks, and also now the Bills, who played on Monday, do you think any of those teams are like Super Bowl worthy so far?
I'll never count Josh Allen out. I always think Josh Allen has a chance. I just think he can turn anything around, make a play out of anything.
I think the Steelers, no, just because
They don't have an offense.
Exactly. I mean, Justin Fields has been okay so far. Hasn't shown much talent, I guess, if you would say. It's only their defense holding them number one in scoring, in having points scoring on them. So I think Steelers they're not Super Bowl worthy. Maybe playoffs because they always had a positive record for 17 years now. So I think.
Wow. As a Steelers fan, what do you think?
Yeah, I think the defense is what carries them. I don't think Fields has been that impressive. He's definitely been exceeding expectations, but it's really the defense that's been carrying us.
Yeah.
So,
What do y'all think about the Seahawks, though?
I don't trust Geno Smith when it matters. I like the defense. They're scrappy. The cornerbacks play hard. I like the receiving core a lot. Kenneth Walker can't stay healthy, but Charbonnet is a good backup option. When it comes down to it, Geno Smith's not going to get the job.
Well, think about who they've played as well. Their 3-0 record. First was they played the Patriots, and they went into overtime. They played the Dolphins, who are a good team when they have Tua.
Did they play Skylar Thompson?
They played Skylar Thompson, yeah, exactly. They didn't have Tua, and then their backup Skylar Thompson also got hurt during that game.
Right. So.
And then their first week, they played, I know the name, I can't remember.
So you think when the Seahawks have a real challenge, they'll start to show their true colors?
When they have a real challenge, they won't perform as well as they have been.
Mm-hmm, without a doubt. The Vikings, Sam Darnold, is just like the other. Was it with you guys? Was it with the Panthers where he started off hot? Starts off hot, then he's going to flame out.
Yeah, when he was on the Panthers his first season, went 3-0, and then he lost some games, and then he got a concussion.
And, I mean, the Vikings haven't had the craziest schedule either. I mean, they played the Niners, but without McAfee and all of them.
Yeah, like last game for the 49ers, they didn't have Debo. No. They didn't have Kittle. They didn't have Bosa. They didn't have Charvarius Ward. Missing so many players, and they were up, but then lost by 3.
Another topic I'm strong about is I think that while he played great, I think the Jaden Daniels last game was a fluke. I don't think he's going to keep it up. The Bengals have the worst defense in the NFL.
Yeah, they cannot pass.
I think when it matters, that team, Dan Quinn as a Cowboys fan isn't going to come through.
And then Chiefs, the last undefeated team, the refs are always on their side. It's crazy.
Yeah, but like last year, how they started off in the regular season, it wasn't good.
Yeah.
But when it matters, Patrick Mahomes delivers every single time. So they'll always be my Super Bowl favorite until they show that they're not. So.
Biggest upset. Who exceeded your expectations, Rohan?
I mean, so far I'd probably have to say my own team, the Steelers.
Right.
I didn't think they'd be this good. Even the defense, they've always had.
Well, they've always had a good defense.
Yeah, they've always had this defensive identity, but I didn't think it'd be this good.
It always just comes down to their offense.
Yeah.
I mean, they always have a positive record every year, but it comes down if their offense want to start putting up points and not their defense.
Yeah.
I think it's crazy that the Giants beat the Browns. The Browns last year made the playoffs. I think of their defense highly, strongly. And when the Cowboys beat them, I'm like, all right, the Cowboys are going to be good this year. They're not. But I don't know. They've just surprised me. And then the Bengals, last year, 2 years ago, they started off slow too. But, they made it to a Super Bowl not too long ago, and they just aren't good anymore. It's weird. They're a really weird, inconsistent team. So it's not just upsets. It's just two teams with bad records that are losing to bad teams that are surprising me.
I think the biggest upset was the Panthers. Yeah, I know I'm a Panthers fan, but benching Bryce Young
after beating the Raiders too,
and then the Raiders who beat the Ravens.
Beating the Ravens.
It's Andy Dalton coming out and throwing for over 300 yards and 3 touchdowns. He was the first quarterback to do that this whole season out of any quarterbacks on the team, beating him by 14. So I think that they really exceeded. Bryce Young was the problem. If Andy Dalton can do that with an offense, why couldn't Bryce Young?
Yeah.
I definitely think Bryce Young is a problem on that team.
I think it's good Bryce Young gets a little time off. I don't think he's going to play for the Panthers again if Don keeps it up.
Yeah.
But maybe a little time off won't hurt. Get his mind back to where it should be. Give him some time to actually see how it should be played.
Right.
Because he's one of the rookies that wasn't able to sit behind a veteran. Like, you put all the rookies behind a veteran. Jordan Love, he looks great. There's been countless examples of it, and they just play well, which is why I think it's smart what the Patriots are doing with Drake May, even though Jacoby Brissett isn't that good.
And the Falcons are kind of doing it with
No, they are with
Penix. Yeah.
I just think it's smart throwing a rookie. I mean, unless you have a rare example like Stroud.
Right.
I mean, Mahomes sat behind Alex Smith. It's smart to
Yeah.
keep him behind there and just let him see how.
I think that's how it should. I think that's how it should go for
Because
quarterbacks.
college and the NFL is
It's way
completely
different.
different
Yeah.
sport. It's so much faster, and it's good to give them some time to learn.
And now the Tennessee Titans, one of 3 teams to have no wins this season. Do you think that they are the worst team? Like, there's the Titans, Jaguars, and the Bengals. Jaguars they have
They're weird.
value. They're weird. They have good players. Their coach Doug
Peterson.
Yeah, he's won a Super Bowl before. So there shouldn't be any reason why he can't do it again. And then the Bengals' offense is crazy, but their defense sucks.
Yeah.
The Titans
They don't
signed
have-
all these players out of free agency, draft some great players that can make an impact, but still suck. What do you think their problem is?
I just don't think they're a good team. I don't think there really is one problem. I just don't think that I just don't think they have much talent on their team.
I'd agree. Yeah. I mean, there's really nothing there.
Yeah.
Nothing redeemable.
I think it's Levis's fault.
I do think Levis is
100%.
also-
And they don't have a line for him either.
That's a good
All
point.
of his
I mean-
plays where he messes up, he's getting pressured every single time.
This season they let go two of their veteran all linemen. They've made it to
Derrick
Pro
Henry,
Bowls.
too.
They let go of Derrick Henry. I mean, they signed a lot of wide receivers. They signed Calvin Ridley, Tyler Boyd. And then they've got Tony Pollard as well, Tyjae Spears, who could be a breakout this year, but it's still nothing's helping. I think the best option is to sign a free agent veteran
Okay.
and bench Levis.
Let's go rookies this year so far. Obviously, the hottest one's been Malik Neighbors.
100%.
Is great. But my surprise is probably Braylon Allen on the Jets. That dude's good. He went 4th round. Should have gone higher.
And he's
high on
only
him.
20 years old. Like,
Right.
that's crazy.
I think Odunze eventually will start turning up, but that comes down to Caleb Williams when he starts getting the offense how he wants. But yeah,
I think for defense so far, I don't really no one has been outstanding on defense. Like, no names that come to mind so far. I don't think anyone has been worthy of a defensive rookie of the year spot so far. None in my opinion. Like, no D-line, no cornerbacks, no safeties, no linebackers. But offensive rookie, Neighbors is in the run. Harrison is in the run.
and Daniels, I think.
Daniels could definitely be in the
those
run,
three
yeah.
are your guys so far. I really like Marvin Harrison and Kyler Murray together. I think Murray's doing a better job at getting him the ball, which is important. You want to feed your big guys early so they're in the game. As you saw with the Cowboys last game, CeeDee Lamb wasn't getting the ball and he threw a fit.
Yeah.
As it tends to happen with your big guys, you want to get them the ball so they're still mentally in the game.
All right, last question before we wrap this up. Sam Darnold, he's on a hot streak right now. Do you think it will continue?
I don't see why it shouldn't. I mean, you have Justin Jefferson. The line's been playing well. I just think he just needs to stay focused, not get ahead of himself, because the second that he starts struggling, it'll take a toll on him, and I think it'll affect the rest of their season.
What do you think?
Yeah, I think there will be a drop off, but it won't be like that big.
Right.
It'll be very slight, and it won't impact the Vikings that much.
All right, last thing. Let's do game picks tonight.
For Cowboys, I think I got the Cowboys winning
Yeah.
37-20.
Okay.
Yeah, I got Cowboys. Don't know the score, but
I have the Cowboys 28-14. You know, as a fan, I think this is the last chance for the season because their upcoming schedule. You got at Pittsburgh, home against Detroit, at the Niners, at Atlanta, home against the Eagles, and then home against the Texans, which, in all fairness, will probably be 6 losses. I don't think we're going to win a game. So I got to tank.
All right. Well, that's all the questions we have. Thanks for watching.
'Cause I know that you feel me somehow. You're the closest to heaven that I'll ever be, and I don't wanna go home right now. And all I could taste is this moment, and all I can breathe is your light.